Hello, and welcome to the Pepperbird Magazine. Did you know that the Pepperbird Magazine has been in existence for over 25 years, and we're still going strong? I invite you to take an ad on our internet magazine, which is very, very useful during COVID days. So please, give us a call. We'll come and have a quick chat with you and video you and your business. Look at the number below.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Attorney Commander Galpohkpa Chesson Talk Show. Today is the 16th day of the third month of the new year, March 16th, 2021. We're supposed to be having St. Patrick's Day somewhere around here, right? Wow, we've been locked down for so long. We got to remember all these special celebrations we do each year, starting with March, St. Patrick's Day, for us Catholics and others who believe in the sainthood of our Christian faith. Then on to other celebrative occasions of the year. Now that the COVID vaccine is out, the COVID-19 vaccine is out, we hope that things will gradually come back to normal, that we'll follow the CDC guidelines into reopening our states, our cities, our clubs, restaurants, fast food stations, and ensure that we re-emerge as a wholesome, functioning society again through guidelines and procedures based on scientific studies in health. Donald Trump days of having one man without any knowledge predicting our CDC medical processes, protections of our nation and others are over. We have no precedent now that will tell us that we need to disinfect our bodies with vaccines, inject disinfectants in our body, or wait for the summer when things will just float away. It will just come up and go down like breeze. That's not how this world works. It works on what God has given us as our protection, our guides, to protect our nation and our people. That's why we have scientists. That's why we have Dr. Fauci. That's why we have the CDC. People with professional knowledge in handling diseases and viruses that may be unknown to us. So we are so thankful to have Joe Biden as president of the United States of America, a man who is wise in leadership, wise in depending on the people that God has put here on earth to study sciences, to study diseases, and to guide us through our states of epidemics and pandemics, etc. And that's why these people are here. No one man knows it all. Only Jesus Christ is gifted to know it all. And where people have lost their religion and have lost their faith in the Almighty Jesus Christ and have put it in one crazy man and follow his advice and his guidance, you know that the time for the kingdom of Jesus Christ to come is at hand. When you have crazy, millions of crazy people following one crazy man, acting crazy and bamboozled without any sound reasoning based on religion, divinity, science, nothing. These people just opposed to everything because one man opposed to it. We are headed to hell. And we have seen the Antichrist. It wasn't Barack Obama. No. We know who he is now. It's opposed to constitutional democracy, opposed to the way of life that we have lived by these many years. So I rest my case on that point. Let me put my topic up and help to guide and direct sound thinking people in the ways we need to pursue for our own happiness, for our own protection, for our own leadership and guidance. Aluta. Continue. Okay, yeah, my topics for this day. Let's see what we got here. Catholic Church and same-sex gay marriage. 2. Coronavirus COVID-19 cases in Liberia. The World Health Organization and Diaspora Liberians. 3. Road to 2023 General Liberian elections. Let's start my first topic. Catholic Church and same-sex or gay marriages. You know, my people are getting confused with Pope Francis and the Catholic Church's position on gays, gay rights, gay marriages. When I saw the latest news out stating that the Vatican or Pope Francis states that the church can't bless gay marriages because God can't bless sin. So what is the Pope and the Catholic Church saying to us now? 1 minute, he's protecting gay rights. The Pope is saying that gays are part of God's people and they have a place in the church. And that's why most of these groups that support Catholic gays and their rights to worship, to pursue in the sacraments, partake in the sacraments of the church. So if these people are on one hand given leniency by the Catholic Church, then when they won't marry, the Catholic Church says, oh, no. No, you can't marry because we can't bless you, or that's a sin. So when I read this thing yesterday or this morning or sometime in the newspaper, I was perplexed. I was like, what? I thought the Catholic Church was in support of gay rights. I thought the Catholic Church was accepting of gay rights. Now I see the gay. I have this hope that things will change for them under the Catholic deity and rules and laws and whatever they got. Then now they won't get married. The Catholics say, no, we support you all this kind of thing. We bless your union, all that kind of, but we can't bless the marriage because it's not the marriage that God intended in the Old Testament. That's not the union that God intended for procreation. And that's the biggest point. Gays cannot have children. And the foundation of Christian marriage or Christian union between man and woman is because of procreation. Yes, you can do it for fun and all of that, but the basis of sex and sexual relationship is to bear children. So if you can't meet that fundamental principle of union, sexual union and marriage under God's law, the Catholic Church cannot bless you, cannot bless that union because it is against God's law. So here we are now. The gays are having a problem with this. And Francis D. Bernardo, who is the executive director for the New Ways Ministry, LGBTQ Centered Catholic Ministry. This is a gay, lesbian, and all LGBTQT or whatever it is. That's their Catholic-centered organization. And they can have other than this. But this is probably one of the big ones, so they mention it in the newspaper because they might have direct link to the Vatican. And Francis D. Bernardino is saying that they're disappointed. They're disappointed, but they're not surprised because they've always been hoodwinked and pushed around by the church. So what they're saying, they say, well, no matter what you're saying, we'll find some kind of way around to give our ceremonies of same-sex marriage blessings. They don't. That means they're not going to the Catholic Church per se. They will find some other ways based on religious principles that they are comfortable with to give that right of marriage and that sacrament and that blessing of sex and marriage. So this is what the church said again. And I was perplexed when I saw it at first because I thought Pope Francis had taken a seriously different move on this gay rights issue, that he had lessened the laws of the church. Because God tells us from the days of when Jesus was leaving, that the church is on Peter's back. And the disciples, they are the first church, which is the Catholic Church, the universal church. Wherever they decide the divine laws, the 10 Commandments, and everything, the religious teaching of Jesus Christ, the Catholic Church is empowered to control that on earth. That's why it's important that we check on the Catholic Church as well as any other institution for human living and advancement. The Catholic Church has a duty to us just as it has a duty to the divinity of the church. And we have a job to check on the church just as the church has a job to ensure that our moral system of life is based on the teachings of Jesus Christ. So here we are again. The church tried to loosen its rules on homosexual living, but it's giving us confusing messages. Once they tell us that these people are part of God's kingdom and they are loved by God and all of that, and encouraging them in their practice of homosexuality. But them, on the other hand, when they won't get married now, when they prove that they have met all the standards of marriage, devotion, fidelity, trust, and savings, and all these kind of things, then the church say, yeah, they're all of that good, but you can't get married because you can't procreate. And that's the foundation of marriage. So all I'm saying is, Pope Francis, get your act together on this gay right issue. Y'all get your acts together. When you people act confused, we are confuser. Let me break it down to the real African way. We get confuser. Because you're supposed to be leading the faith and setting the rules of clarity, unambiguity for us as followers, the faithful, to understand clear what the church expects of us. Then the church is bopping with this gay right business. 1 minute telling us it's okay, we should forgive him. That every aspect of our lives is an example of God's living. Then we begin to lessen our guides on homosexualism in the church and marriage and all of that. Then the church come back and slap us with their other hard thing again. Yes, you can fool around as kids, but don't think about marriage. So all this gay rights and thing you're doing, that childishness, you'll play with it. But when you grow up and won't get married, you'll break away from that gay thing and find a woman that you can have children with. We don't care what you will do with your gay relationship. That childishness. You are in your infancy. Be gay all you want. Sleep with women or men all you want. But when you get ready to marry, you better find a man and find a woman. Or as a church will not sanction that. This is insanity. This is insane insanity that got our Christian people going astray. The church does not have a sound and purposeful position on gay rights and same-sex marriage. Don't be playing with us. Don't be deceiving the faithful, telling us nothing wrong with sleeping with the same-sex people, but just do it until you're ready to get married. Then stop all of that. What? Is the church going and seeing too? Now, these are the problems I'm having with the church too. You know, they try to satisfy everything, and the church cannot satisfy everybody. Jesus did not satisfy everybody. He died because of what he believed in. And you useless people want to play with religion, want to play with sex and marriage, telling them it's all right to kiss Muslims and be in love with Muslims and do the same thing they're doing. What kind of Catholic church do we have today? A church of Confucianists? I rest my case. I just bring this to your attention, children, because when I saw that thing, I was totally mesmerized. I felt kicked in the gonads by the Pope and the Catholic Church. Because this is deceptive messages they send it to us. 1 minute it says it's gay rights, okay, we should not be so hard on it. Then the next minute they tell her, but if you won't get married, we can't bless your gay right marriage. It's a sin. So you're encouraging the people to be insane. Then when they want to get married, you tell them, no, they can't get married. That's a sin. All that thing you were doing before that child play, when you already won't get married, you'll find your opposite sex. Children, this is the problems with our institutions that got our world confused. And they want us to sort this out ourselves. I just got to take a break and drink more coffee. That's the only thing keeping me awake in this madness.
Hello, and welcome to the Pepper Bird Magazine. Did you know that the Pepper Bird Magazine has been in existence for over 25 years, and we're still going strong? I invite you to take an ad on our internet magazine, which is very, very useful during COVID days. So please, give us a call. We'll come and have a quick chat with you and video you and your business. Look at the number below.
We're back, and let me put up my second lesson. We haven't heard a lot about this COVID-19 business in Liberia. Apparently, the money that was given for testing, contact tracing, quarantine, people complaining there's no money no more. All the money in the World Health Organization allocated for Liberians as part of a stimulus package to help to keep our country from perishing, our people from needlessly dying from this disease. We hear that these people have finished eating all the money, taking that same money uncounted too. No money in the country, going uncounted too, doing all these unnecessary things. Now we're learning that a whole wing of the JFK hospital is packed with people with COVID-19. No treatment, no testing, nothing. They all pile up in a room. Whether you have COVID-19 or not, when you go there with fever or coughing or anything, they put you in that same room. Then you end up contracting COVID-19. They haven't disclosed the numbers of the people dying from COVID-19 in Liberia. Now we're hearing that this is a very, very serious problem in our country. That they have no quarantine for our people. People coming from abroad suspected of having COVID-19, they have no place to quarantine them. All the money from that gone. I mean, the stealing in our country is unprecedented. Will the World Health Organization come to the aid of Liberian people again? Or are these people going to hide the numbers of sick people in our country? They say for every 100 cases of COVID, they put one. Every 50 cases, they put a different number. So we have all these people in Liberia with COVID-19 not being reflected on our COVID-19 report sheets. And all these people in a wing at JSK Hospital, no health care, Nothing. They're coughing and dying. What is the newspaper in Liberia doing? What are you people doing? Not reporting these things. Everything coming out of Liberia is they say, but then the they say turns to facts and truth after we hear them. What is the situation with our people in Liberia? Yeah? Has the OAU, as a World Health Organization, been notified of all the ill treatments of Liberian sick people going on at the JFK? Foreigners are telling Liberian people, foreign doctors, don't go to JFK, whatever you do, don't go there. Don't go to that West Wing. You'll not come out alive. Why are foreign doctors telling our people these things about JFK Hospital? We need accountability in our country. We see now that the government has failed, totally, failed to meet the needs of our people, to satisfy the situation of our sick children, our raped mothers, our COVID-19 people. Our health system is totally broken down because we have nothing but rogues leading our government. Rogues. How long will we go through this? How long? And like diaspora Liberians, you won't fight for our country as individual people. It can't work. You people got to learn to work together in America, or our country will perish. Your selfish, your evil, your wicked ways got to stop in America. You got to think about yourselves and our country collectively, not as tribal people. Too much tribalism in our country. Our government cannot work because we owe allegiance to too many tribal groups being placed in our government for tribal allegiances. Our country can't grow like this. Our country is a nation of tribal, useless people, men and women. Native people. Then when we call you a native, you'll get mad. This is pure nativism. Every ministry can be run with a native person from some tribe because we owe native allegiance to them. How will our country ever get built? You native people, how will our country ever get built? How can I come there and work for a country of stupid native people? Everybody wants somebody from a tribe to be somewhere. And if they're not educated, you think we'll put them somewhere there? The new leadership of Liberia, people will take tests to be competent. They will go through hiring processes that will be rigid and tough. You all want your tribal people be in government, we accept them. But they got to pass the test that every other government official to qualify for that position. If they can't make it, you can bet your native dollar they ain't going to be that in that position. You can go to your native bush and cry and put on your bumble and show your butt to the skies and 10 or 6 times and bend your blockers to the moon. I don't care. We'll deal with you accordingly. We're tired with this nativism in our country. Just a bunch of crude, useless, uncouth men and women. Everything that comes out of your mouth is about killing. Oh, they will kill this person. They will kill this person. What the hell we got a damn government for? If any damn Tom and Dick native idiot can talk about killing our president, our vice president, and our government officials. You'll try that dumb, stupid, native BS under a real Liberian government. See how you'll be treated. You're talking about killing people, or voodoo, or juju. See what will happen to you, because we gotta set an example of deterrence. You threaten people with killing them, you better know what you're talking about, or you'll be dealt with under the law. We're not running a damn native country bush down here. All you native people under this native President George Weah and your native buffoon government. If a real Liberian government come, your talk is stupidness. Just for hearing it, you will be flogged. You will be flogged, and you can't try that stupid native dancing all through the street because you want your tribal man to be reinstated and he's a criminal. Try that stupidness. See if you don't go to jail. And all of y'all do me flog with him. This useless native behavior got to stop. This lawless native behavior got to stop. I ain't going to take this. I'm an American. I ain't going to play this native BS. You people won't come here and take my country to be a native town or some native village. And the people in the diaspora, no different from the people in Liberia, just as dumb. You're such a, they're killing people here. They're killing Liberian people here. The police not giving reports. Our people suffering in this country. No unity among our people here. No solidarity here. Then you're talking about going home to help a country. Individual native people. Or look at all of the native groups coming up. Tawana, Shawana, Lawana, Badama, and all these kind of stupid groups talking about they helping people in Liberia. And we just sit there and watch you. We'll watch you. Beg for $100 here and $100 there and see how it's helped Liberian people. How you will save your lives in this country. But you want to stay backwards? You can stay backwards. Nobody coming to take you from the darkness into the light. But when I hear my people, all they talk about, oh, be careful, that minister, you on the list to be killed. This man, you on the list to be killed. That other man, oh, you talk about it, man, so they will kill you tomorrow. People talking about killing people. Like talking about going to church. Yeah, that's Liberian society is too native and wicked. There is no Jesus Christ in that damn country. It's God forsaken. All of you just talking about try. When you ever heard a Congo man talk like that? Huh? When you ever heard a Congo man talk like that? You qualify, you get the job. You're not qualified, we ain't putting you there. That's how it is. No tribal business in our book. They see people talking about tribe, you get in a job. They're suppressing their own people, stepping on their necks. Some of us got to come back and say, no, you'll get away from here. You people are harmful to your own people. Like we see on George Weah right now. Like we said of Simon Doe before. You bring these dumb, useless native leaders who don't know nothing to lead you. Then you expect miracles to happen out of them. And you're in the diaspora who's supposed to be more educated, more sensible, more advanced. You're in nothing better than the people in Liberia. You're just a higher degree of apes. Useless Africans. Have no concept of leadership and direction. No concept of unification, integration. Then you all want to go to Africa, go unite people. How you unite people? Unite united in America. My young children, let me move on. Sometimes I gotta cut things short because I look like I'm repeating myself over and over. And when our native people don't want to hear, I can't force them. I just gotta let you young people know what these old useless native people calling your parents them are doing. They're doing the same thing they have always done from time immemorial, and they think things will change. Only you young children can rise up, listen to Attorney Commander Galpohkpa Chesson, and change our destiny. Too many rogues, too many criminals in our country, and we have no hope of survival. Well, since I'm back, let me get my last topic. Road to 2023 general elections. We are already on that path. We are on the road to the 2023 election right now. And what are we seeing in our country? We're seeing that the people in Maserati County, some of them are tired with Darius Dillon. The man who they hoped was bringing a change to the political landscape, the legal landscape, the legislative landscape of our country is no different than the same people he condemned and say all these things about. For me, when Darius Dillon said and allowed his party to select a criminal like Musa Belete to be their chair, I was offended with he and Kamli. I was offended with them. You cannot come and tell us you're fighting for change. You want accountability. You want fair government, good governance. Then the first chance you get, you sit down and watch your party elect a convict, a criminal, and a man punished by a world organization for stealing. Rise to the top of your party and you say you had no choice. I would have had a choice. So that was the first disappointing thing with that man. So I've never followed Darius Dillon since then. I see him talking already. There's no other harm he can do to breach the trust that we repose in him than to see his party put a criminal, a man under punishment for his actions on an international scale. You put him there as your chairman because he supported you with money and all of that. So you feel you will sell your pride and dignity to this man. The trust will repose in you. You take it and put it in that man. You let us down. Liberian people have no consciousness of right and wrong. Liberian people are corrupt from time immemorial by the way how we recircle the criminals from time again. We have nobody else to put in our government but the same rogues. We fire them, we bring them back, we fire them, we bring them back. They run, our people vote for them. So it's not a government fault. It's the Liberian people fault too. We vote for the criminals because they're our sons. They're our tribal sons. And they can't do wrong. The stealing must be forgiven like other people stealing are forgiven. How can I come back to that kind of country? The people themselves are an evil unto themselves. You people are the problems for yourselves. You have no consciousness of what is right and what is wrong. Who's a good leader and who is a bad leader? You do not have any consciousness. All you think about is tribalism. He's my tribe and he can't do no wrong. He got to be empowered. So our country will never go nowhere. I cannot lead a people like you. I don't want to lead any people like you. I don't even want to associate with y'all. I want my own people by ourselves in Liberia. If y'all bring genuine taxes to us and we see that taxes working in our area, we pay taxes. Y'all bring stupid taxes to us we don't agree with, we tell y'all to go to hell and y'all come challenge us. But we can't live in a system where the government and people are nothing but rogues and tribal murderers and killers. Nobody's safe in the government. Everybody want to kill somebody. Everybody got intention to kill somebody. This is not a Christian government. So the road to 2023 is not clear. There's no clear and sensible road to 2023. The road I see is a road of confusion, deaths, and betrayals. The road I see are people dying without cause or even reason. The Liberia I see in 2023 will be a challenge, a total life-giving challenge to anybody who wants to lead this nation. We have a strong path to travel. We have a very deceitful, wicked, treacherous, and evil path to travel from now until 2023. The killings are too much already. The raping, the deception, the lies are too many. How long can we stay on this road to 2023 in peace, stability, and total avoid of unrest? How long? People calling for Darius Dillon resignation already. His removal because of his betrayal, because of his behavior that is untrustworthy, because of his actions since his election. He has deceived many people, including me. I cannot put my trust in Dillon no more because from what he has proven, he has poor judgment. He has poor leadership inclinations. And he doesn't understand the grave responsibilities, duties of the job he has. You keep pushing yourself up there as the mantle of change in the Senate. But your action shows that you're a follower of the same corrupt, inept, losing system of leadership we have in our country. And my young children, I see a dim and bleak road to 2023. I see a road with a lot of bloodshed. I see a road where Liberians will be the cause of their own deaths, their own betrayal, their own suffering, because we keep following people instead of our Constitution. We still depending on leaders who we do not evaluate, but we follow for peace sake, or because of what they're saying sounds good, and we watch what they're saying and not what they're doing. The time of the Liberian people is now. Our nation suffered for too long, and we still suffer because of deceitful people. We're still being led amok because of people we trust who have no intentions or vision of good judgment, good leadership, honesty, and the rule of law. If you don't know it, you have a problem. My second problem with Darius Dillon. When you want to lead people and show transparency, you got to understand transparency. Darius Dillon got a lot of money from the public that today he hasn't told us how much he got received from the public during his campaign. That is a crime. That's tax evasion. That's tax evasion. Because if that money is subject to taxation, Darius Dillon has betrayed us by keeping that money to himself and not letting the public know how much he received. That's the standard. To honesty. To good governance. Nobody can tell you that when you receive money from the public, it behooves you to report it. Whether we know or not, because nobody will know how much data they really receive. Nobody getting checks. Nobody getting bank notes and things. People getting a lot of cash, raw cash. Darren Delacour had become 1,000 a year or 1 million a year from that. But he never disclosed how much he got. He running around talking about taxation, fairness, and honesty. And here's a man that received hundreds of dollars that he didn't earn. He never worked for. And he still has not reported 1 cent to the Liberian people because that money is part of his personal asset. If he disclosing his wealth, he needs to disclose how much he got from the public as best as he can, as honest as he can. And he has failed to do that. Darius Dillon is not the light. Darius Dillon is not the light. Our whole system of governance needs overhauling. And the main thing that killing us as Liberian people is our leaders don't take care nor advantage of our taxation system. The poor are being taxed, but the people that are getting money hand over fist, not reporting the money and not being taxed. This is unjust. This is unjust. This is unfair. This is no way to start with the accountabilities of the leaders of our country. When they collect money and cannot make a report to us and the revenue office how much they collected during the campaign. That's a problem. So we have a great problem on our road to 2023. We have a grave leadership problem of finding honest men and women who know about true governance, taxation, leadership, fairness to run our government. Because the rich cannot be getting money and not being taxed, while the poor are being taxed. They're paying hot tax. They're being forced to pay hot tax. When the rich people all around us collecting money from the public and everywhere and not making reports to the revenue agency. The time of our people is here. The road to 2023 general election is a difficult path that we must begin to set now for the people who will lead us, for those we know have deceived us, from those we see are the recycling leaders in our country that deserve to be punished instead of recycled. The time of the Liberian people is now. My class is over, young children. I've been here a long time, been talking the same thing over and over. We need to free ourselves now.